Well, could some of your everyday habits be the very obstacle affecting your good mood and positive attitude?
Eliminating mood busters and filling that space up with some mood boosting actions, we can reclaim our good energy and kind of shift our attitude a bit. So joining us to talk more about it with some ways to get rid of the mood busters is Master Life Coach and host of the How to Be a Dangerous Woman podcast, Dr. Krystal Conner. Nice to see you this afternoon.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, ladies. I'm excited to talk about this.
Yeah, well, we all run into those mood busters every single day, even probably if we don't realize it. But what are some of the mood busters that can really bring you down to where you are feeling it?
Okay, so there are a few mood busters that are mood busters just because they keep you stuck in life. The first one being replaying the past, going over and over again, things that happened, things that you feel like were failures, and replaying those over and over again keep you stuck because you're fighting with reality. It happened and you have to learn how to deal with it and move on. The second would be my favorite, which is comparing yourself to other people, which keeps you focused on the things that you might find to not be as positive about yourself, which of course is going to be a mood buster if you're sitting around thinking about all the things that you think are wrong with yourself every single day. And then finally, indecision. Indecision is a mood buster because not making decisions is an energy drain. And as long as you're not making decisions, you're not able to move forward. So again, you're stuck, and that is a mood buster.
Let's talk a little bit more about that with the inability to make decisions for a moment. There are some people who are out there that can never just make a decision. What is your advice for them to change that way of thinking?
Most of the time when we hesitate to make decisions, it's because we fear we're going to get the wrong answer. And so when you find yourself being indecisive, you have to build self-trust. So it goes back to my favorite Rolodex of creating examples and remembering times where you actually made really good decisions. So you create this resume of sorts of, oh, well, I made a good decision then and then, so that you build self-trust and you're able to give yourself permission to go ahead and make a decision and not go back and forth about it.
Oh gosh, it's so important. So once you're able to fix your mood busters, what are some ways to maintain a positive attitude?
To maintain a positive attitude, I think is a couple of things. First, you want to be able to find meaning or make meaning out of your life experiences by how you respond to them. And then I think, although it's counterintuitive to stay positive, it's important to not block your negative emotions. We spend a lot of time in trying not to feel the negative emotions, which just takes more energy and ends up making you feel even worse. And then the third and my favorite is creating but statements. So you take the thought that you're thinking that might be a negative mood busting thought and you add a positive spin to it. So it looks something like, I don't like where my life is right now, but I'm doing something every day to make it better. Now that might not make you super excited, but it's going to take you from mood busting to a little more hopeful.
Yeah, and you actually acknowledge, the fact that you may not be in the best mood, but then what you can actually do about it. All right, so there's a lot of negativity out there everywhere you look. What are some great secrets to staying positive when things are challenging around you?
I think the first thing is to make sure that you are aware of what you are consuming and what you're listening to and what you're watching and putting boundaries around that. And then I think it's important that if you see things in the world that are happening that bust your mood and that make you feel sad or angry, that you find a way to contribute in a way that feels purposeful and fulfilling to you. And you find a way that promotes change, whether that be in a big way or in a small way. You do something to contribute to making the world a better place and being the best you that you can be.
Dr. Krystal Conner, thank you so much for joining us
today.
Thank you, ladies. I like the part about watching what you consume because I think it's so important. We're inundated with things all the time, and it's just, we go around not even thinking about it. All right, we look forward to having you back for more mood-busting actions. You too. And tips to stay positive, go to krystalconner.com or follow Krystal on Instagram and TikTok at Dr. Krystal.